There we freaking go. Welcome back to Nerds R Us, where anyone can be a kid. I'm Tyler, and I'm joined by one of my co-hosts today, Mr. Ike Siemens.
What up, guys?
Couldn't get T-Host here today because he's got to work tomorrow. Got that day job life. That's why noon life, so that way we can record late and not give a fuck.
Lazy man life.
Lazy man life. Anywhere. Today we're talking anime that's on everybody's mind. My Hero Academia Season 3. I think it just finally finished.
I don't even know, honestly.
I am not all the way through it yet. I'm like 3/4 of the way through it. But I think it's amazing.
Yeah, I got a couple episodes left and then I'll be done with it. But dude, so far, like, I don't know. Everybody was talking about it, saying, "Oh, it's the new Naruto, it's the new DBZ, it's the new whatever you want to fucking call it." And dude, honestly, it's fresh as fuck.
Yeah,
they really brought it.
It was one of the ones that I don't know. I wasn't actually too interested in about it when I first heard it because I was like, oh, like it's not my favorite type of like anime. Sure.
Yeah.
But I was like, okay, I love myself some anime. Been a huge superhero fan since day one. Shout out Flash. Day one, been a superhero fan. I was like, okay, like if they can pull it off, a combination of those two things would be fucking awesome.
Yeah.
And I was like, first episode, I was like, this is pretty good, but he's also a whiny bitch. But then they threw in the whole fucking thing in like season 1 where he's like, All Might's like, yeah, he's like he's the Superman of the universe. And then he's like, being a superhero is not all shits and gigs. Like, this is what's up. Now I can only fucking hold this form for like a certain amount of time. And then it gets less and less. And he constantly has to like give up more and more and shit like that. And I was like, oh, okay, there's some depths to this and shit like that. But then when they go to school and all the other fucking characters have the deaths, like, their depth.
Yeah.
They fucking Ida with his brother situation in season 2 with Stain, and then fucking Bakugo with his like, he's like, I clearly like have intentions to be a good guy, but like my drive to be the best is also like a struggle. Then you got freaking Icy Hot up in there with his parent struggles, which I love that guy. He everybody says like, I thought at first I was like, Bakugo is like the Sasuke of the show, but he's the Sasuke of the show for sure.
Yeah, definitely.
Quiet, but clearly one of the fucking strongest badass motherfuckers in the show.
He definitely takes Sasuke role for sure.
Bakugo's almost more of a Vegeta than anything.
Yeah, he's hot-tempered and stuff. And that's the cool thing is like we were talking about with them kind of taking over for, all these old school anime roles and stuff. I really feel like they brought depth to it and they brought their own to it, but they also brought back characteristics and feel from old school animes that we all know and love. Yeah, they span the gap and they do it very well because, especially in like Dragon Ball Super and stuff, Vegeta has lost his
edge,
Vegeta-ness.
Well, I mean, dude, let's be real. I mean, Dragon Ball Z has lost its Dragon Ball Z-ish. It needs to be done.
Yeah.
It was great while it lasted. Let it go.
And that's the thing is like they could have done better with it, and it's become complete trash in my opinion.
Well, I mean, they're riding off the nostalgia factor.
Yeah.
Okay. Favorite character, season 1, My Hero Academia.
Favorite character.
It was actually, for me, starting out, it was actually Bakugo. He's got a badass power. And then I like the fact that they scientifically explained it in a way. He's like, my sweat has nitroglycerin and then I'm able to ignite it. I was like, that's sick. I mean, it's kind of fucking nasty that he's got to be fucking swassy to, like, get a good fucking flame on. But it's still sick as fuck. I also like, then the fact that, like, during the tournament, I think that was season 2, during the tournament at UA, where he was like, they kind of showed that he was getting stronger, but that his power also had drawbacks on his arms and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Like using all fucking full force in any moment was like hard on him. Honestly, my least favorite character is the kid with the navel laser. The fucking fruitcake one. He is the worst, dude. He's even worse than kid.
He drives me nuts.
He drives me nuts because he never like fucking like does anything. Like at least the perf kid like totally like, you know, when they got the attack at the fucking the center where they were training for natural disasters, like the perf kid was still like helpful in that point. And then when they had to go up against the teachers for their test,
yeah,
at like the end of the first year, like he was the one who would like made it so him and the tape guy were able to pass. Like he's constantly like, you know, like redeeming his clearly perv qualities by at least being like an asset to the team.
Yeah, exactly.
But yeah, the naval laser kid fucking sucks, dude.
He really does, honestly. I mean, of all the characters, he definitely plays the least of roles. And he, spoiler alert, he does do one cool thing. The upcoming few episodes, yeah, for you, you'll see him in a couple of episodes.
Well, he kind of like at the end when they were getting attacked at the camp in season 3. Spoilers, by the way, so watch that shit. And when he was getting attacked, they were getting attacked, but Camp 3, he like kind of snuck in at the last second, shot out a naval laser to like, you know, kind of help out all the guys who were fucking doing this shit. You know, Deku and fucking Dark Shadow and fucking Bakugo and Icy Hot and all those niggas. Like, he totally helped them out like at the last second, but that was like the one redeeming thing he's done all the day. I really fucking like, you know, I like a lot as a chick though is Sue.
Oh, dude, yeah, she comes through a couple of times like hardcore, and you're like, dude, what the fuck?
Well,
like,
at first I was like frog powers. I was like, oh, she's
That's
Toad.
Lame, yeah.
Toad, but not like super cool powers, but like they really like developed her powers as a character to be like super multifunctional.
Yeah,
like,
she definitely stepped up in
Yeah.
a lot of fashions, all the way through the anime. Like she just constantly becomes more and more badass.
A more and more like integral character of their like team.
Yeah, exactly. She's better with the team than most other characters.
Yeah. What's your thoughts on who's the chick who has the gravity powers? The chick who's like ready to fucking bone Deku all day.
She is on Deku's dick on a consistent basis. It's ridiculous.
Yeah.
Why am I forgetting her name? I don't know. Anyways,
I thought her power was really cool, and I also thought she did really good in the tournament against Bakugo.
I thought she was gonna be a more centralized. She was gonna have a little bit more pull.
Maybe she will in the future though, because I mean she didn't really like fucking start like developing like the potential of her quirk until probably the tournament.
Yeah.
It's when she was like, okay, I'm gonna let him blow up all these fucking rocks out of the air. I'm gonna touch him, make him all gravity free. I'm gonna fucking avalanche his ass with these rocks. I was like, oh, like there's some practical use for your power. Plus, now in the part that I'm in season 3 where they're going to get their fucking like temporary hero licenses, she's working on like, I haven't seen her do it yet in that particular setting, but she was working on being able to float herself without throwing up. And it's like, yeah, because then you fucking make yourself completely weightless. You have a great opportunity to fucking catch somebody from above.
Yeah, exactly. And she definitely does step up her game a lot. And she's always been a team player, and she's always done really well, like working with the team to assist. So she's more of like a sidekick character role.
I don't know. I did have a lot of respect for her though. If you remember in season 3 when they get attacked at the camp, and the crazy girl like goes to attack her.
Yeah.
And she's like, hip throw, and fucking like hips throw her and fucking face smashes her into the ground. I was like, yeah.
Dude, yeah, she got that close combat on fucking lock.
Yeah,
and I was like, judo hip throw and palm to the face into the fucking dirt.
And grab the back of the neck, sweep the leg, and I was like, yeah, that's how you do that.
Yep.
That's
Dude,
exactly how you do that.
I was just like, yeah, for sure. When she did that shit, I was like, fucking props, my nigga. Like, get that shit.
Yeah, she was definitely on fire for sure in that particular scene.
Yeah.
So I don't know. She definitely has potential to grow as a hero, but I don't know. I really like the fact that they make Deku, because I was like, they're like he's the fucking top dog, and it's like, oh, but he has this fucking situation. He has this drawback to his power. He can only hold it at a certain time or stuff like that. And now as Deku progresses, it's like he has one for all. But it's like using it is so harsh on his body that he constantly has to adapt to be able to use it to a specific situation.
Yeah.
Without like fucking destroying himself.
Well, and that was the problem, is like All Might had all unlimited use of
One for
all originally, but he got in that fucking fight with Toxic Sludge Man or whatever the fuck.
No, he got in the fight with All for One.
No, to damage his
remember,
ribs?
because when they're on the roof, and then he's like, can I be a hero without a Kirk? And he's like, no, and he shows him the thing, and then Deku's like, was that from Toxic Sludge? And he's like, no, like that guy got a couple good hits on me, but he could never do this. This is from like on the fucking download this whole time, which turns out to be the One for All fight.
I swear to God. Well,
because if you remember, spoilers, when he fights One for All in season 3, freaking Gran Torino, who's a bad motherfucker, I love that guy. He's like the Roshi of the show.
Fuck yeah, he is.
He's such a bad motherfucker. But when he is like fighting One for All with that guy, and then One for All like kind of gets inside of his head when he starts talking about fucking his master and shit, and then he's like, don't let him get inside your head. That's how he got you last time. He was able to get away.
Yeah,
that was an intense fight.
I do remember.
One for All, I was super interested to see how they were gonna do him, because I was like, oh, they're gonna do like some kind of face like shield or whatever. But it was so interesting. They like completely took away his face, which almost made him like more menacing.
Well, and the thing is like the coolest part is the theme about him with that not having an actual face. He's more of an idea, like Ra's al Ghul. He's more of an idea. He's more of a background character. Anybody can be him. Anybody can, whatever. And that's the thing, is like with his ability to take people's powers and make them his own, and like change power, like transfer powers and stuff, that adds a whole new, like, because I mean, with All for One, you can literally, you can take anybody's power, put it into your own, and combine them to make like an unstoppable being.
Mm-hmm.
But with One for All, you combine all those powers givingly to make, a superpower. And so with that, it's like with All for One, he can take people's powers. Because I think this is all speculation at this point, because I'm pretty sure it seemed like he was able to boost or amplify what the hand face guy, I can't remember his name either right now. I'm drawing a blank. Long ass day.
Shigetsu or something like that. Shigetsu.
Something like
that. Yeah.
But yeah, hand face dude, stone man, turns people to stone and shit.
Decay is his quirk. Yeah.
Like it seems like he mentioned something about amplifying his powers to be more menacing and stuff, because originally.
Well, if you remember, like in season 2, he talked, like there's a brief moment where One for All is like, he's the guy I'm gonna like give my fucking power, my ability to.
My legacy to, yeah.
Yeah. Which was crazy, because I don't know if you remember this, but he's all like, when he's fighting All for One, or One for All for One's like, oh, by the way, that guy whose ass you've been kicking this whole time? He's your fucking master's grandson. I was like, what?
Dude, that was depressing as fuck.
I was like,
and you saw the mental toll that it took on All Might too.
Dude,
like,
All Might is a bad. Like, I was like, oh my god, dude. Especially when they showed his master, I was like, oh man, it's like a woman, which kind of made it even more sadder for me, because I was like, oh man. First of all, I was not expecting her to be a woman. That fucking like caught me by surprise, honestly.
Yeah.
Because they always, like, every time they showed her from behind, they always like gave her really square shoulders when they would show her from behind. So I was like, oh, okay, she's gonna be like a black-haired All Might.
I mean, I thought it might have been a chick, but like it didn't really.
The way they kept talking about it, it seemed like it wasn't gonna be, is the thing.
Yeah.
And it was very surprising. It was also sick for that brief second where they showed the flash. When he was young.
Yeah.
I was like, oh man, that guy must have been like twice as much of a beast.
Yeah, no shit, dude. He was like fucking half his age.
Yeah.
I was like, dude, that's fucking crazy, because you gotta think her grandson is fully grown now, and they were almost the same age. So it's like, if All Might's power, or if All Might's master had still been around or whatever, she'd be fucking hella old.
Yeah.
Like Gran Torino.
Yeah. That's
fucking
true.
Wild, dude.
Yeah, she was pretty fucking rad though. Yeah, I mean, like I'm super excited to see more of her backstory for sure, and more of her and All Might's interaction backstory. Um, I don't know. Who do you think, like in the student, still definitely needs to grow as a character though?
Um, I would say personally,
I would say the kid with the tape power definitely needs to grow.
yeah,
Yeah, because they haven't really let him have his moment yet.
he's been shown
He's kind of been
lately,
shown up a little bit
and
more, and they've really been working on his like power and
yeah,
stuff, and like his use of it in certain situations. But like personality or like story wise, they need to like really kind of expand on him as a character.
I think Electra Kid.
He definitely needs some expansion too. Like I can tell, like I'm really hoping that they like somehow turn him into like actual badass.
I'm really hoping
Because
so.
he's got like a kick-ass
Electricity
power for
yeah.
sure. Like I love, dude. Whoever grew up with Pokemon and Pikachu loves electricity powers.
And then you have the old school, like the animal talking kid.
Yeah, that one he could definitely use some growth.
The thing is like, dude, if you think about it, and this is in a fantasy universe and stuff, and I don't know what the fuck they have there, but at the same time, it's like, in my opinion, I feel like they should make him like a fucking OP Aquaman style, where they like call upon like he's badass fucking crazy.
Yeah,
like,
I think they
unheard of
definitely
animals and shit.
They definitely need to go ahead and give him. They need to give him a moment. They need to give Tape Guy a moment. They need to give.
Floaty girl.
Yeah, she's kind of had some moments, but definitely not any that was specifically on her own.
Yeah.
I would say they need to give the pervy kid kind of like a moment, because he's had a couple like half moments, but not really. Like he hasn't really grown his character either.
Yeah.
I really like the chick who's got the fucking the earplugs in her on her earlobes.
Oh, the ear jacks.
Yeah, when they're like the part where they're like trying to get their licenses as heroes or whatever, and then she like changes her suit and plugs into like the speakers on her hand, and then like causes like earthquakes with the vibrations from the music. I was like, that's because before she was always just using them in like kind of a like
blow
a
your
stealthy
eardrums
way
out,
or
yeah.
blow your eardrums out. But then she's like, oh shit, sound can be used for all sorts of things. What's up? Like, yeah.
It can deteriorate.
Yeah, I'm really excited to see everybody's powers kind of like progressing in this part of the story.
Yeah, I feel like there's a lot of expansion and growth to be had in the 4th season.
I mean, just for instance, when Bakugo, like, he forces the laser out of his hand by forcing the fire to only go through the one part of his hand.
Yeah.
And he makes the circle to make it a direct beam.
Yeah.
I was like, man, this is amazing. I mean, even Deku, dude, when he's like, I need to stop using my arms, like my ligaments are fucking shit. And I was like, I feel you, Deku, like my ligaments are shit too.
Dude, that's the thing, is like now he's switching over to legs, and I'm like, my legs are fucked, dude.
Yeah, right.
So I'm like, dude, your knees though, watch your fucking knees.
Yeah. Well, it's very interesting because like I didn't realize how much they kind of start to use his legs in like past seasons, because when they're doing the like the final test to determine kind of who fails and who passes and goes to the summer's like camp, even though they all get to go.
Yeah.
And he's like, oh, and he learns how to use his like transfer it to his whole body instead of just one part, and he's jumping from like place to place really fast. And I was like, oh, he's gonna start using his legs, good, because I'm getting sick of seeing him blow out his arms.
Yeah.
It was getting a little one-dimensional.
Dude, yeah. Well, and the thing is like it's just repetitive with his injuries too. It's like, dude, you are making yourself useless as fuck, and it's like, oh, these scars are gonna remind me next time that I gotta, take it easy, and it's like. And new situation to where you can't take it easy.
Yeah.
And it's like every fucking time.
What do you think about the fight when he fights the guy whose like muscles like continue to grow and come out of his body and shit?
The boost. Oh my fuck, dude.
That was is it just me? I was like, man, that guy looks a lot like Bakugo.
That's kind of what I was
like,
thinking.
oh, is there gonna be like a secret relation I don't know about later on?
Dude, like a brother or like some shit.
Yeah,
dude.
that would be great. But that was sick though, because then that was the first time we saw Deku fucking push you past 100%, and he brought it all the way to fucking like 1 million.
Yeah.
And I was like, what? what's up?
Dude, he fucking sent the fuck out of that shit.
Yeah.
He's on his back, bent all the way over, and he's like, just kidding, fuck yourself.
Yeah.
Like, I see that you're winning, so let me just tell you to fucking eat a dick.
Heads up, chest push, what's up?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dude,
No,
that was
I feel like
fucking great.
that opportunity really gave a lot of characters develop. It really made me like the crow guy who has Dark Shadow.
Dude, Dark Shadow becomes fucking epic in that
Yeah,
in
because
that
I was like, I
section.
mean, I always really did like Dark Shadow. Because I was like, oh, okay, it's like sentient, but it's also like stronger in the darkness, but it like feeds on its emotions and shit. I was like, oh, okay, it's one of those powers. But then they fucking took it to a whole nother level where like if it gets out of control, he's like the fucking Hulk.
Yeah.
Although it was hella cool when they were like sicked him on the fucking guy with like the two sabers.
Yeah, dude.
I was
He
like, oh
fucked
shit, and then
up.
they're like, all right, Bakugo, get him. He's like, no, hold on, let's just see how this plays out.
Let's just take a chill pill.
And
This
they
is gonna
fucking,
be an
like,
entertaining
wrecked
show.
him, and I was like, oh fuck, like.
Dude, yeah, no, straight up, you're accurate as fuck there with the Hulk representation. Cause yeah, dude, his emotions started running out of control. He got all anxious and stuff, and then the darkness just took over him and overwhelmed him, and he was in the night too. So it just
Also,
made
they
it more
really,
powerful.
I really thought they did a good job of showing the abilities of the guy with the dupla arms.
Dude,
Yeah.
he has got some fucking gangster ass abilities. The other cool thing that I did not realize about his powers, what I fucking realized now, like much later on and stuff, is that makes him almost invincible. Like the guy in Naruto with the fucking multiple hearts or whatever, who had like multiple hearts from multiple different like the fire realm and like the earth realm and all that stuff. It gave him like the stitchy dude, like it gave him like multiple
Options to
capabilities
get hit.
for powers and shit, and then they could move their hearts around in his being to make it non-lethal blows. I realized that he could fucking move his organs around.
Do you think he can move his organs around?
He can move his fucking organs around
I don't
and
know,
make
'cause it
himself
seems
like
he's
almost
just
invincible.
making new ones though.
Well, that's the thing is like, but even so, even if he just makes a new one, he's still fucking good. You
That's
know what I
true.
mean? Like he gets his off and he's just like, just kidding, fuck yourself. Like, still got that shit.
It's okay, I got like 6
Yeah,
more to
like,
go. Yeah.
And it's like, dude, no matter what happens, he's pretty much able to compensate for it. So it's like, you know, and I think it's more of like he's able to move his organs and or duplicate, because it's called duplet arm, and so
Yeah.
it's like his arms actually duplicate things. But with that, I feel like, you know, he should have the ability to, like, you know, make multiple, you know, organs or like shift things around or whatever. So I feel like that's going to help him a lot, and in his character development I feel like he's going to become a much more essential character and a much more badass character, because
Yeah.
that makes him a lot more durable.
But you know who
for
I
front
continue
lines.
to love is freaking Erasure.
Dude, oh my fuck, man, he gets so much cooler every time you see him.
Dude,
you
I'm
already
always
love
like-
him, and he's
I was
always just like
oh. So I was like, oh, okay, that's pretty cool. Like, that's a good fucking ability. But then he's like, sick ass bandages about to fuck you up. Like,
perfect Kakashi.
yeah,
Perfect
he
Kakashi.
totally is a Kakashi. Like, I'll fail you all right now and shit. Like,
Yeah.
yeah,
Goes
he's-
above and beyond to force them into doing what he knows they should do and what they need to do, and he
Yeah.
like, God, he's just a fucking badass guy.
No, he is like super great, and he's kind of almost like the perfect match for Bakugo's character. They really like complement each other as like student and teacher.
Yeah,
Because
kinda
All
like the
Might
Sasuke
is like
talk,
not the
yeah.
right fucking teacher
Yeah.
for Bakugo.
No, their styles are way different. Their personality types are way different.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, it's definitely a Sasuke kind of relationship.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
know, like I could definitely see that.
Like Sasuke had Itachi, and then fucking Jiraiya.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know, you put the goofy guy with the goofy guy, you put the serious guy with the serious guy.
Yeah.
And it really fucking, it improved them both.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dude, actually, I kind of think Todoroki, the icy hot dude, I think he's more of a Itachi. Sasuke is more Bakugo. Fuck, dude, I don't know.
I don't know, I love Todoroki though.
Dude, yeah,
I've liked
he's
him
a
since day
badass.
one, especially now that he's like really learned his like fire side and combined it with his eyesight. Like the first time you see it when he fights fucking a Stain
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, okay. Because when you saw it a little bit in the UA tournament, I was like, oh, okay, there's a lot of potential here.
Yeah.
But he really started fucking broken it out of Stain. I want to see Stain come back too.
Dude, Stain is badass.
Yeah, Stain was a badass character, and he had a super like interesting power. What I like about all their quirks is they always everybody's quirk kind of has like a drawback or almost like a workaround. Like with Stain's, where he's like, oh, if you're like this blood type, it lasts this long, and if you're like O negative, it only lasts this long, and I was like, oh, okay, so like the blood types affect it and shit like that.
Yeah.
And like Bakugo's, it's like he has to sweat, and that's why he has the grenade arm, so he can keep up that like build up the sweat over time, and then launch it in one like intense fire.
And store it.
And store it and shit. Yeah, I mean, everybody's power kind of seems to have like you really have to master it to use it, I feel.
Yeah.
Which I really like.
Well, and that's the thing is they also went over is like, that's the other cool thing they went over like really early on too, is that how, you know, over time, you know, growing up and stuff and, you know, being accustomed to this power, your body gets used to it, second off, and then you find new ways to complement your activity and how it works and stuff, and that's how you make your suit and this, that, and the other thing. And you know, with Deku, you know, getting his powers as a teenager, as he's entering a high class high school, he doesn't have that experience, he doesn't have that knowledge, he doesn't have his body used to it. So he's got to build all that up.
Yeah.
He's got to make up for lost time.
He's still catching up, essentially.
Yeah, and so it's like that gives him even more room to grow and be a better fucking, you know, All Might.
All right, so let me ask you a question. What is it you'd like to see with like the future of this show?
Dude, I want another fucking 10-season show at least.
Do you think so?
I really, really do, because this has more than enough room to go. I mean, it has more than enough room.
Oh, I mean, it's inevitable, and as much as I hate to say it, that one day, and that will be a heartbreaking moment in the show, that will push Deku, I'm sure, to the edge, to where he is past All Might's power level, because every time you pass on One for All, he gets better and stronger, and he's gonna continue to get stronger. And I would love to see Samurai X style fucking show after this show ends about All Might and him learning to use his power and his final battle with One for All before the fucking, you know, before the start of My Hero Academia. I would love to see an All Might prequel show where he first gets the power, and then you get the whole relationship with him and his master. You get a young Gran Torino,
the preludes,
and then you get, plus they always talk about like, oh, you know, like crime has not been a thing since like All Might kind of wiped it all out.
Yeah.
So I'd like to see all that crime, wiping it all out, and kind of establish himself as like the symbol of peace and justice.
The number one hero, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. And then you get to see all the other heroes that are like pro heroes in My Hero Academia. You get to see a young Erasure. You get to see fucking a young what's the fire guy's name?
Todoroki's dad.
Yeah, Todoroki's dad.
It starts with an E too.
Yeah, it's like
Ember or something.
Inferno or something like that. Oh my! Although I was like, gave him mad respect when they were all fighting all for one, and then he's like, "This is like why I couldn't beat you, because like, no matter how hard I like tried, I could tell that you would always be better than me. Like, kick this guy's ass." And I was
respect, but take this shit.
Yeah, I was like, respect, but kick his ass. And I was like, yeah, dude, like he knows what's up. And then like when he becomes number one, because higher. And he's like, I didn't want it this way and shit like that. I was like, oh, man, this is something else, dude. It's also, dude, that fucking, like, the guy who's able to, like, turn his body into, like, a sentence paper and then, like, fucking go into people's bodies. Do you remember that guy?
Dude, yes.
That was, like, because when I first started, like, he's able to become super thin. And I was like, what?
That's useless as fuck.
Yeah, and then he's, like, fucking, like, knocking people out by, like, hitting their fucking arteries and shit. And I was like... And they would be like, pizza.
He would be like the ultimate assassin, dude.
Oh, yeah,
he'd just go through and just like pierce people's hearts.
I think they said he was like number 4 or something like that.
He's up there. He's a badass.
Although I can tell why something genist. I could tell why he's like number 3 or number 4 or whatever. Because I was like, oh, okay, I see why like his power is like useful and really powerful. It's a doofy ass suit. Like
Yeah.
his suit is so fucking
His
weird.
hairstyle and his clothes.
Like, everything about him I don't like, but his power like clearly has a lot of use.
Yeah.
It's super good. I mean, he saved all those other heroes.
He saved all of them like a
Yeah.
fucking beast.
And then like I think he died too because One For All like hella fucking shot him in the chest, and I was like, oh.
yeah, he fucked him up at least.
Yeah, yeah, it was
Maximum
definitely.
Genius is like.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, he has a cool power, but he's probably, even though he's like kicks ass, he's probably still one of my least favorite pro heroes for sure.
Yeah, Kamui Tree was pretty badass too.
Yeah, that's a super useful power, especially like when they're like he's good at like subduing people and stuff like that. They really do a good job of like making sure like certain characters' powers like apply to like how they use them and stuff like that.
Yeah, exactly. Because they're pro heroes and like
Work like hand in hand shit. That like, you have a fucking ocean power, you're battling the oceans, and like you have a fucking like a water power, you fucking like fire and rescue, and yeah, it's really cool all the way they do it. They kind of tried to do the same thing in like One Punch Man, but it wasn't working.
Yeah,
they do it much better in My Hero Academia for sure, with like the ranking system and stuff like that.
Yeah,
because it still seems like even though there are clearly people who are like doing it for not the right reasons, they're still like put them in a position where they can do the most help.
Yeah, exactly. It's a kick-ass show.
Oh, man. All right, so let's just end it right here with favorite part of season 3. Top favorite part of season 3.
Favorite part of season 3, I would say first part of the competition where he fights where Deku fights the naked chick, the chick that's able to morph her body or whatever.
Oh yeah,
like
I just barely started watching that part.
The sludgy chick.
Yeah.
Turns out she's a pretty essential key piece, and spoiler alert, she's from the bad guys.
Oh, surprise!
So
I was totally getting that vibe from her for sure.
She's able to get a hold of some people's blood.
Oh yeah, because that chick was trying to get the blood. What's up?
Yep, gets pretty fucking crazy.
I did really like that part where like the kids come up from the other school or whatever, and they're like, "Oh my god, like I'm such a big." That one kid's like hella sucking up, and he goes to suck up to Bakugo, and like Bakugo catches his eyes. He's like, "I know your fucking game. Don't fucking touch me," and shit like that. I was like, yeah, he knows he's trying to fucking like trying to fucking get under your. You think he's a good guy? And he's gonna catch you like unaware.
He comes through with fucking icy hot later on.
Does he?
Yeah.
Well, I was like, oh, this kid's clearly fucking. I was like, I know what this kid's up to, and then Bach was like, don't even fucking like touch me. I know what your fucking shit is, dude. And I was like, oh man, that's the thing I love about Bakugo. He's like, the competition never ends, bro.
Yeah.
He's like the fucking Conor McGregor of fucking like.
Yeah, dude. Never backs down.
Of My Hero Academia. That was definitely one of my favorite parts. Ah, man. I mean, even though it's like the cliché thing to say, the One For All for One fight was my favorite part of the whole series.
Really?
Of at least season 3, because each season has like its own.
It's epic. Yeah.
It's equally as good as the last season for sure.
Yeah.
Like they do such a great job of not being like, oh well, it was good, but not as good as season 2. Same thing as season 1. Like, dude, they're just all good. So yeah, super excited about it. Anybody who hasn't watched it, definitely go and watch it.
Check it the fuck out.
Dude, you got your Kiss animes, you got your fucking Crunchyrolls, you got your Animanias. The fucking options are endless. 10 out of 10, recommend.
Yep.
But, when you're not watching that shit, feel free to check us out on our YouTube channel at nerdsrs.com. And also you can download all of our episodes, especially the super long one, at nerdsrs.com. That's NRDSRUS.com. And feel free to go ahead and like, comment, subscribe on Facebook, and check out our Patreon if you want to support. We'd really appreciate it. Same name, same place, just patreon.com/nerdsrs. In the meantime, thanks so much for listening. Stay nerdy and stay classy.
Catch you next time, folks.